Hi, friends. Every now and then the cosmos gives us a front row seat to something really special. Well, get ready, because in May of 2026, we're getting a rare and just perfect opportunity to see Asteroid 70 Panopaea at its absolute best.
So you might be asking, why is this event so special? Well, it's basically a perfect storm of celestial mechanics that's going to give us an incredible view. We're going to break down exactly why and then walk through how you can see it for yourself.
Okay, so what exactly makes for a perfect viewing opportunity? It all comes down to a special alignment in our solar system, plus a little bit of good luck with our very own moon.
First up, let's talk about this thing called opposition. See, most of the time, the Sun, Earth, and Panopaea are kind of scattered, forming an angle in space. But during an opposition, bam! Earth passes directly between the Sun and the asteroid. They form a straight line. Think of it like a cosmic spotlight. The Sun is lighting Panopaea up completely from our point of view, which makes it look as bright and as large as it can possibly get in our night sky.
But here's the real secret sauce, the timing. This all goes down on May 15th, 2026, and the opposition happens to coincide perfectly with the new moon. And this, my friends, is fantastic news. It means no moonlight washing everything out. We're talking the darkest possible conditions, giving us maximum contrast to spot our faint little target. It's just chef's kiss. Perfect.
All right, now for the key numbers. Let's dig into the specific data you're going to need to find Panopaea when the big night arrives.
So on May 15th, 2026, right at midnight Universal Time, you're going to want to look towards the constellation Libra. Now, right ascension and declination, think of those as the sky's version of longitude and latitude. They're the exact coordinates you'll plug into your telescope's tracking system. And then, notice that last number. Its apparent magnitude will be 10.82. But what in the world does that actually mean?
Okay, so apparent magnitude is just the scale astronomers use to measure how bright something looks from here on Earth. The key thing you got to remember is that the scale is kind of backwards. The lower the number, the brighter the object. So a magnitude of 10.82, that means Panopaea is going to be well within reach for most backyard telescopes.
All right, so we know the when, the where, and the why. Now let's get practical. Let's talk about how you can actually observe this asteroid for yourself.
And here's the best part. You don't need some giant professional observatory to see this. A small to medium telescope, something with an aperture between, say, 90 and 150 millimeters, is totally fine. Just point it to those coordinates we talked about in the constellation Libra, and hey, if you're into astrophotography, just take a few 30 to 60-second exposures and stack them together. You'll get a beautiful, clear image.
You know, every single object in the sky has a story, and Panopaea is no exception. So let's take a quick look back at its discovery and how it got its name.
So the credit for this discovery goes to a guy named Hermann Goldschmidt, who first spotted Panopaea way back on May 5th, 1861. And he was such a fascinating character. He was actually a skilled painter, and that keen eye for detail clearly served him well as an astronomer. I mean, he found 14 asteroids in total, and his work was so well regarded that in the very same year he found Panopaea, he was awarded the Gold Medal of the Royal Astronomical Society. Pretty amazing. And what about that name, Panopaea? Well, it comes straight from Greek mythology. She was one of the Nereids, these sea nymphs that sailors believed would protect them and calm the waters during storms. It's really a beautiful name for an object traveling through the vast, dark ocean of space, isn't it?
Okay, let's zoom out for a second. Let's look at Panopea's bigger journey through the solar system and see what the future holds for watching it. Panopaea lives out in the main asteroid belt, that big stretch of space between Mars and Jupiter. It takes just over 4 years, 4.149 years to be exact, to complete a single trip around the Sun. And it's this steady, predictable orbit that lets astronomers forecast these opposition events with such incredible accuracy.
Now, this 2026 opposition is way more than just a pretty sight. It's a real scientific opportunity. Astronomers are going to use it to measure the asteroid's rotation period super precisely by watching for tiny changes in its brightness. That can tell us all sorts of stuff about its shape and what it's made of. For some observatories, this will be the first time they've ever formally documented this data. And hey, if you happen to miss it, don't worry. The next good opportunity is already on the calendar for September 2027.
So what this all means is that you don't have to just be a passive observer here. With the right equipment and a little bit of patience, anyone, including you, can actually contribute data and become part of this asteroid's ongoing story. How cool is that? Now, if you want to dive even deeper into what's happening up there, you can find a free download of the Almanac Astronomical Brasileiro 2026 with the link in the description.
Please don't forget to like this, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more. We hope this has inspired you to get out there and look up. Good observations and clear skies.